All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. Let's go and take a look at Angel Vegeta. He is the newest Yellow Coin LR to come into Dokkan. He's definitely pretty good. I think that, by the way, this is going to be a Yellow Coin LR tier list. My opinions on EZA characters, I think usually, I don't know, like, my expectations are not the same as people. Like, what EZA Tech Broly or what Angel Vegeta gives you, which I think these characters are very similar, I think that's good for, like, what these characters are. Like, Janemba is a huge monster aberration. We'll get to him. Huge outlier. Like Yellow Coin LR, these characters not usually like that, right? A lot of times EZA TURs, Yellow Coin, LR EZAs, like, these characters are meant to just be, accessories for whatever the team is, right? Right now, in December, Dokkan has pushed the Majin Buu Saga team very heavily, and that's just what Vegeta is. He's a nice accessory piece to that. So, let's jump in. There is almost no movement whatsoever on this list. I don't really think that things have changed too much since the last time I did one of these Yellow Coin LR tier lists, which was only last month. It was after Gohan and Piccolo, and then the Gohan and Krillin EZA, and the Vegeta and Goku EZA. AGL Ultimate Gohan, we have him here at 10. I'm not going to put my cape on for this type of character, right? Doing a lot of additionals. Most of them are going to end up being additional normals and stuff like that. He's an okay character. I think if you do juice setups and stuff like that, he could just absolutely crush Goku and Frieza. He is an Android 17 victim at times, right? To the locking and stuff like that. Gogeta and Janemba can bully him, but he can dominate the Bulma fight as well. But Gohan, he's okay. He's okay. Next, we have EZA Tech Broly right here. And, just very simply put, we can just go ahead and grab Angel Vegeta as well. This is right where I think these two fall in line. EZA Tech Broly is good, but, it's very easy for him to die. Especially in base. He is a fish of fishes. If Gogeta or Janemba in those fights targets him, he's done. You go into the Goku and Frieza fight, he's an Android 17 victim. He's out of there. I think, depending upon the situation, transform Tech Broly, maybe if Domain is up or something like that, he could probably eat a 17 and Golden Frieza Super if they, cheeky slot 3 Super or something like that. But his offense member is very impressive. This guy is a type of unit that I would dub a closer, right? We know how Goku and Frieza are with their, 0-0-0 threshold nonsense. This guy laughs at that shit, right? With the damage he could do. Now, both of these characters are very similar in that they do monster ridiculous, 50, 60, 70, 80 million supers, but they don't have crits or, whatchamacallit built in. I guess Broly does have this, but they don't really have major crit super effective until types built in. I put Vegeta a little bit ahead. Vegeta has restrictions with these Buu Saga Goku restrictions, active skill, unit super attack, whereas Broly does not have any restrictions, but Vegeta's also guarding the whole time. Although, we did the long video, Android 17 locked him slot 1 right away, killed him right before he could even guard because he has to super attack first. So he is an Android 17 victim. But just simply put, the difference between these two, Vegeta is also supporting, and, that could trigger in slot 1, slot 2, or slot 3. But this guy, I had him live a super attack from the memorable battle Gogeta, right? He has more defense than Broly does. So to me, that is one of the most important things. Him being a little bit tankier defensively compared to Broly, that's why I put Vegeta above Broly. But Vegeta also does have support. I guess you could count this, but it's something. It's not nothing, but this isn't the biggest deal ever, right? Compared to Vegeta potentially giving... What does Vegeta give here? It's 60% support he can give at 24 key, right? That's pretty good. Next, we can go ahead and grab the Gohan and Piccolo. I feel like this character, I don't know, they should be higher, but I feel like this is a good spot for them. This character potentially can handle slot 1 a little bit better, whereas Tech Broly and Vegeta might be Android 17 victims. This character is not whatsoever. They could tank in slot 1 pretty easily. What hurts this character so much, though, is just all of the restrictions they have in base form. And, I mean, if we take a look at this, I mean, we have unconditional transformation into Piccolo. Piccolo is crazy, but it's unconditional only on turn 6, right? Turn 4, you know, HP 70% or less can be very good. Remember, when you do that, Piccolo has 100% dodge if HP is below 70%, which is obviously very good. Piccolo is really good, but it's a matter of getting to him, you know, from Kid Gohan. Kid Gohan could potentially be okay against, like, Gogeta, Janemba, some of these bosses, or he could just be turned into a fish as well. I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is. I feel like this is a good spot for Gohan and Piccolo. Next is LR Bulma. I don't really need to talk much about her. Defensively, she is not what she once was. When she came out, we could run her in slot 1 everywhere. She was just so crazy. Defensively, though, she can now get torn up quite a bit. My Bulma has a full dodge build, and so she's able to really handle business quite effectively. But this right here, combined with this right here, is a very potent combo. And then her active, I mean, her active is so good for, like, the Goku and Frieza fight. Anytime people want to go ahead and do nonsense with, oh, time to make this shitty character look like they're good for a Twitter screenshot or something like that, this character oftentimes is involved. Because what this does for characters, I mean, making it super effective against all types and the extra stats and stuff like that. I mean, Bulma is just like a silly character. She's still very good. Now, you know, where it can be bad is she can get destroyed by some of these bosses, but her impact, I think, is still quite good. So there's Bulma. The only thing I was thinking about here, I was thinking about Bulma versus Turles, but I decided to go with Turles. I feel like Turles is pretty good. Turles, it's funny, if there was like a top tier, like, Dokkan Fest Turles right now, right? Like, if we had one of these, like, this character would be very interesting if we were able to get all of these links, like, destroy the universe. Look at this, 25%, 15% defense, like, 25% attack, 15% defense, along with all this. Like, these villain characters, like Bojack, Cooler, Turles, like, they get so many, like, so much stats from links. That's crazy. I do like LR Turles. I think maybe sometimes Ki can be a little bit of an issue, and Ki is obviously very important for this unit, right? Becoming super effective against all types at 20 Ki, and then guaranteed crits and guaranteed additional super at 24 Ki. I love that. None of this, you know, nonsense, just guaranteed additional super. Guaranteed. I love it. I like this character quite a bit. I think he's pretty good. Maybe we could put Bulma over him. That's the one thing I was kind of thinking of, but I'm okay with Turles right there. Next, let's grab the two Universe 7 EZAs. I have not used these units much lately, mostly just because, as I've explained before, my usage of characters a lot of times is, like, what is new, right? Like, Team Universe 7, like, they're basically a reps of Universe 7 team, right? Universal Survival Saga. We're not really getting new characters for those right now, so I haven't really used this character much, but they're pretty good. We have multiple turn support, damage reduction. This is just a very powerful and very good LR EZA. They're very strong. They work well and fit in well on that Universal Survival Saga team. They do not seem like they're out of place or anything like that. Obviously, the multiple turn support too is just huge. Like, being able to do stuff like this is really quite effective. So I do like this character quite a bit. 17 and Golden Frieza are really good. They're very similar to, like, an LR Future Gohan type of impact, right? LR Future Gohan is definitely good as well, but I mean, I like the character. But keep in mind that they are just like a slot 2 or a slot 3. Like, they're very safe. They're not going to die. But, you know, not being able to do it in slot 1 does hold them back from being, like, mega elite. But this is a really good character, this Android 17 and Golden Frieza. And again, we have no restrictions here whatsoever. So, whereas this character we got to run basically on Universal Survival Saga, this character we can run anywhere. Right, they have, you know, it doesn't matter, and they're going to be what they are. So I do like this character. I think that this character is going to be valuable and usable for quite a while moving forward. I like them. Now, the next two are fairly obvious. Salmax and Janemba. I mean, we don't even really need to... Do I even need to talk about Janemba? Janemba is in top 5 in the game talks. I've seen people talk about Janemba as best unit in the game. I would probably push back on that, but I mean, he's up there for sure. Salmax is good. Cell Max is probably a little bit overhated right now. He can get demolished in the Gogeta and Janemba fights, but like if he doesn't get supered, he could do massive damage. Those bosses don't have much HP. This guy completely terrorizes the Bulma fight, right? Bulma can't do anything against this guy when he gets his active off. And then the same thing in the Goku and Frieza fight. I have that term give to a couple of characters, closer. Cell Max is one of those closers. EZA Broly is a closer. Transformed AGL Broly is a closer. Like these types of characters. The way Cell Max decimates the hardest fight in the game, he just is set up really well to be guarding against Android 17, so the locking doesn't crush him. He has true type advantage against 17 and Golden Frieza, which could help him a little bit. And then of course he has, probably the best taunt. I would think right now Cell Max's is the best. Maybe you could say Gogeta's, but to me, the scariest phase in the game right now is a dodge canceling phase. So that kind of hurts Gogeta's, taunt active skill from being used there. But Cell Max is obviously very, very good. And this ability destroys the toughest bosses. And then Janemba is just, he's top 5 level, right? Like, he's crazy. Best big bad bosses character in the game. He's just nuts. This Janemba. I'm not even gonna spend time talking about him. He's got a team protector mechanic. Using him and Gotenks a lot. I now think Gotenks is actually probably a worse LR Janemba. But yeah, Gotenks Janemba, like they could do some similar things, both very good. So we got that. Here's what this looks like. Maybe I could get Cell Max up onto that same level as Janemba, but I don't want to. Maybe I could drop AGL Ultimate Gohan down a tier, but I mean, I don't know. I think it feels weird to me to like separate these two by tiers. I know Broly can much easier get to like legendary damage status, but like Gohan can decimate STR Bulma and Goku and Frieza like crazily. So I don't know. Like this feels fine. It looks weird, but this feels fine to me. In terms of the last one, again, very, very little movement. The only thing we did is we got rid of Broly, Chi and Loser, that character. I'm sorry, but I do not cope over them every single day like a lot of people do. Sorry. Love you guys. Mwah. Little bit of a quick one right here, but I mean, a lot of the, like, we know about a lot of these characters right now. I just want to get all of them. No, come on. Oh, I can't. No, I just want to get it, like, perfectly lined up to where it's like, okay, all 10 are in the shot. Whatever, we'll just do this. There we go, boom. All right, so let me know what you guys think of the top 10 Yellow Coin LRs. Dude, I swear this happens a lot. One thing, before we end, let me just show this. Every time I put up one of these tier lists, people talks about this character right here. This is a Dokkan Fest LR. This is not a Yellow Coin LR. I actually have to bring this up. Dude, you guys would not believe how often people bring up this character when I do Yellow Coin LR tier list. This is not a Yellow Coin LR. This is a Dokkan Fest LR. Right? They're a Dokkan Fest LR. Same thing with like LR Tech Gogeta. Dokkan Fest LR. So let me know what you guys think. I love you guys. Mwah! And I'll catch y'all next time.